Hey guys, this is SAF77 here, back with another video, and today's video we're going to do a review, and it's WWF Silver Vision presents Tag Classics 2-disc set, and it's Survivor Series 99 and Survivor Series 2000. Two Survivor Series paired together, two Attitude Era pay-per-views, some really fantastic matches on these two shows, really great stuff, really good, awesome storylines back in those times. Survivor Series 99 was headlined by The Rock, Triple H and Big Show for the WWF Championship. As you can see from there, that's the pay-per-view cover, and really fantastic show. Survivor Series 2000 headlined by Stone Cold Steve Austin's return to pay-per-view. Not return to pay-per-view, is one of his first official return pay-per-view matches after that storyline where he got run over at Survivor Series 1999 and came back in 2000. So these two shows you the progression of Stone Cold Steve Austin's storyline when he got run over, which I will go into more detail a bit later. That's the back of the card there. Like I said, that was the front cover. That's the spine there. Just the back of the DVD. That shows you a match card. Show you quickly the inside if you want to take a look inside. Basically just the two discs there. You got Survivor Series 1991 and Survivor Series 2000. Obviously these are two WWF shows, so which are uncensored, so all WWF logos are there, all WWF mentions are there. These are two original pay-per-views released back on DVD again. Survivor Series 99 was never released on DVD, so that's on DVD for the first time. Survivor Series 2000 obviously was released on DVD back in the day in 2000, but that has now been out of production due to the name change back in 2002. And it might get released in Anthology or Survivor Series Anthology Volume 3, which has yet to be released. So here you go, it's got the back card there. First match, Survivor Series 99, you had was the traditional Survivor Series elimination match. The Godfather and D'Lo Brown and the Headbangers versus Dudley Boyz and Acolytes. This is a pretty decent match. Obviously the wrestlers aren't anything special. Dudley Boyz were over about a year later on. Towards the beginning of 2000, they were more over with the crowd. They were starting to become more popular. But these pay-per-views, they weren't really yet known because they just come into the WWF at the time as well. And Acolytes were sort of starting their own as well. APA and Basho and Farouk. So they kind of moved away from the ministry storyline where they were part of the Undertaker's ministry group. So they teamed up with the Dudley Boyz there. Godfather, obviously popular because of his the hose, when he came out with the hose and the hoe train, and when he used to do that thing, which was pretty funny. Like I said, back in Attitude Era was the matches weren't anything special. Just that fact, the storylines and the characters and the gimmicks were really over with the crowd. And D'Lo Brown was pretty decent wrestler back in the day as well. Headbangers, sort of a little comedy team, weren't really anything special. Pretty decent match. I do believe the Godfather, D'Lo Brown and Headbangers won that match. I'm not too sure. I might be mistaken. If you can correct me for that one. And pretty decent match there. Next match we had was Kurt Angle, Shawn Stasiak. This is Kurt Angle's debut. That's another thing to watch out for this set. And one of the reasons to pick up this set as well. So obviously for the matches, but for the fact that you have some really awesome stuff that we won't be able to see anywhere else. Like I said, Kurt Angle makes his debut at this event. He was coming as a Olympic champion, gold medalist, and he makes his debut in this match against Shawn Stasiak. He didn't really go anywhere in WWF history. He didn't really go anywhere in WWF, so he wasn't anything really special, to be honest. He did come back in 2002, but he was Kurt Angle's first opponent at the pay-per-view, and it's a pretty good match. Kurt Angle showed what he was all about, and obviously would go on to be one of the best wrestlers in WWE history, in my opinion. Really good wrestler, got a lot of intensity. He would become famous for the three I's: intelligent, integrity, and intensity, which is really great gimmick, and really liked his character as well. And he made his debut and won the match as well, which is pretty nice, winning a debut match as well. So it's really a decent match to watch out there. Kurt Angle's debut. Traditional Survivor Series elimination match you had next was Wild Venus, Mark Henry, Gangrel versus Steve Blackman, British Bulldog, and which was British Bulldog and the Mean Street Posse. This is really funny match. Mean Street Posse were really funny tag team. For some reason, I kind of like them because of their music and what they used to wear with those granddad jumpers, which was pretty funny. And British Bulldog was a heel at this event as well, so he had a bit of different side to him. And he was wearing jeans. He would come wearing jeans instead of his usual United or British flag pants. I don't know. Sounds a bit weird. I don't know how to explain that. And another pretty decent little Survivor Series elimination match. Obviously, these are just all these people were tagged together to get them on the card. But it was pretty decent little elimination Survivor Series match. Next match here is 1-4 for the WWE Women's Championship. Aubrey, Jacqueline, Luna, Terry, Mae Young, Fabulous Moolah, Tori, and Deborah. All the divas or women's wrestlers were involved for the WWE Championship, where one pinfall would by the women's wrestler would get the championship, and it isn't really anything special. It only lasted for about a minute and a half or something, and I believe either it was Mae Young or Fabulous Moolah who won the championship. Aubrey was coming as the champion in the event, and it's Fabulous Moolah won the WWF Women's Championship, which is pretty hilarious, and nothing special there. Move on. Got X-Pac versus Kane. This is just when X-Pac turned on Kane as he was his partner prior to the event in the months before. So this is kind of the match where X-Pac started his rivalry with Kane, and it's really a decent match. It ended in disqualification, so the ending kind of sucked, but it was a pretty decent match by the two. Elimination match: Big Show versus Prince Ivan, Medion Vista, and Big Boss Man. Obviously, later in the event, Big Show was involved in the WWE Championship, but he took on three big men: Medion Vista and Big Boss Man. Again, nothing special. Only lasted for about a minute as well, and nothing worth checking out your time. Intercontinental Championship match: China versus Chris Jericho. Really good championship match. China, obviously Intercontinental Champion at this event. Chris Jericho was a challenger. He was still coming into his own as well after making his debut months prior in August. So this is just sort of Chris Jericho's first rivalry in WWF. Pretty decent match, worth checking out. Tradition Survivor Series elimination match: Hardcore Holly, Crash Holly, and Two Group versus Edge and Christian and Hardy Boy. This is a really good elimination match. Really fantastic. So Edge and Christian and Hardy Boys teaming up as well, first time, and Too Cool were kind of over as well. Really good Tradition Survivor Series elimination match. The World Tag Team Championship match: New Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg versus Mankind and Al Snow. So first time we ever saw Mankind and Al Snow teaming up, and New Age Outlaws would become to known as DX. Would be part of DX later on, or I think they were part of DX in 1998, and they're still part of DX. Sorry, it's a nice little tag team match just to get ready for the main event. Triple threat match for the WWE Championship: Triple H versus The Rock versus Big Show. Originally, it was meant to be Stone Cold, Triple H, and The Rock, but Stone Cold got run over within the hour in the pay-per-view, and so basically he was replaced by Big Show, and Big Show would go on to win the WWE Championship for the first time in his career. Really good moment there for the Big Show. It's pretty decent triple threat match. Vince McMahon counted the pinfall towards the end, and he screwed Triple H over, which is pretty funny. And Big Show will become the champion at the event for the first time ever. So that was Survivor Series 1999. Some really good decent matches there. Main event was really good, and Kango's debut, and I'll give the pay-per-view a 7.5 out of 10. A lot of decent matches there, but nothing's too special, and pretty decent card there. So obviously 2000, it was a mixed tag team match: Test Alba and Trish Stratus versus Steve Blackman, Crash Holly, and Molly Holly. Nice little opener, got the card going. Traditional Survivor Series elimination match: Road Dogg, K-Quake, and China versus Billy Gunn, and China and Billy Gunn versus Radicals. Radicals would make their debut in WWF in the year 2000. They consisted of Eddie Guerrero, Perry Saturn, Dean Malenko, and Chris Benoit. and they would come over from WCW, and they were a pretty really good, decent team. Another really good Division Survivor Series and elimination match. K Quick, known as R-Truth these days in WWE, he was known as K Quick. He was Rodo's partner back in the days in 2000. Another decent Division Survivor Series and elimination match. Chris Jericho versus Kane in a singles match. This is a really good match. One of the better matches in Kane's history and Chris Jericho's history. The storyline was pretty funny, just for the fact that Chris Jericho spilled some tea over Kane, and the rivalry started there, which is pretty funny. It was a really good match. I really enjoyed that match. Really fantastic. Recommend watching that one. They would go on to have a match at Armageddon 2000, a last man standing match, which was really another good match as well. I really liked their rivalry. You had a European Championship match, William Regal versus Hardcore Holly. A pretty decent match, nothing special there. Rikishi versus The Rock. Rikishi would fight The Rock after he confessed to running over Stone Cold Steve Austin a year prior at the Survivor Series 1990. So you find out who ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin. So it showed that progression between years between these two pay-per-views. So Rikishi would go on to confess that he was culprit running over Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he said he did it for The Rock. He did it for The Rock. That's what he would say, which is a pretty funny line. And then Rock and Rikishi would start a little rivalry here, and they would face each other. The Rock win in that one. Believe The Rock win in that one, but he would get injured or he would get beaten down after the match by Rikishi. He had Women's Championship match, Ivory versus Lita. Next match we had is WWE Championship match, Kurt Angle versus Undertaker. This is a really decent match. Watch out for the finish. The fact that Kurt Angle's brother makes his debut, but he gets involved in the match where they swap bros, and I believe Undertaker does a last ride, and Kurt Angle hits the belt or something, and he retains the WWE Championship in a pretty good match for the WWE Championship. Kurt Angle, Undertaker wore these funny pants, leather pants or something. They were yellow pants, so it's pretty funny. Watch out for that one. Tradition Survivor Series elimination match, Asian Christian versus Bull Buchanan, the Godfather, or the Good Father versus Hardy Boys and Dudley Boys. Another decent Survivor Series elimination match, and with a warm-up to the main event. Recommend watching that one as well. And the main event was no disqualification match, Triple H versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like I said, Stone Cold Steve Austin would go on to make his return at the pay-per-view, have his first full singles match at return pay-per-view, and for some reason he blamed it kind of on the Triple H, as he was the driver for Rikishi running over Stone Cold Steve Austin. They were having no disqualification at this event as well. It was really good, no disqualification match, really fantastic stuff there. And the ending is really controversial, the fact that the go-to was the car park of the arena, and Triple H goes into a car, then he gets picked up by a forklift truck by Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he puts it really high, and he drops Triple H whilst he is in the car on the floor, which was a pretty awesome moment. The car gets crushed, but I do believe Triple H wasn't in the car, as it was sort of they used stock footage like from the previous day or something, and added it into the event. And Triple H wasn't really in the car, otherwise he would have been dead or getting injured. He would return the next night on Raw or the week after. And it's a really good no disqualification match, really good brawl. They used a lot of weapons, not weapons, they used mainly brawled over the arena, and a really fantastic match there. Another really great show. Special features, you got extra match from Sunday Night Heat featuring Jeff Hardy and Val Venus, 4 pre-match interviews and recap videos. Survivor Series 2000, really great pay-per-view. One of my favourite Survivor Series of all times. Really great matches. Out of that fact, with Survivor Series 99, you got 2 decent events, 2 great events. And Survivor Series 2000, I gave 8.7 out of 5 out of 10. Fantastic show. So overall, I give this set a 8.5 out of 10. Really recommend picking this tag class. They have 2 fantastic Survivor Series pay-per-views. You can't get them on DVD now, except for these 2 tag classics. And yeah, basically that's been my review of Survivor Series 99 and 2000. And thanks for watching my review. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Click on that subscribe button if you want to watch more videos. And till next time, I'll see you again, and stay safe.